The Big Show with Night and Day. Anytime is a good time for a thick shake from Night and Day.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hauraki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Monday afternoon, the 9th of September 2024. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night. Okay, it's a Monday.
Night and Day, by the way.
It's a Monday.
Jace, they're a paying sponsor. We need to do it
Yeah,
properly.
man.
I was fine. He was the one that pulled out.
Excuse me, your voice cracked, which made me laugh.
Yeah.
Right. Did my voice crack? It was actually good because I was running out of air pretty quickly, to be fair. Mogi, you stallion, how's life?
Having a ball, man. I'm just grateful to be back here on a Monday, man, so we can crack back into it. We've got so much to talk about, don't we, mate?
We do.
There's a lot of sport over the weekend. I mean, you and I, we went out and we got absolutely steamed together, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
We must have, because I don't
plenty
recall
to chat
that.
about.
Yeah, that's so good.
I hope it was done responsibly.
Oh, of course. Now, Keyzie, how are you going, mate? Geez, you're looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm going really well.
Yeah,
had a great weekend.
Yeah, nice. It
He's
looks
got
like
that new jacket on again, man.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
It's not a new jacket. I've worn it almost every single day in winter.
Well, you say that, but I've never seen it before.
Where's your direwolf shirt, Mike? I haven't seen that since you wore it and I made fun of it.
Well, actually, to be honest, it's summertime coming up pretty soon, fellas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm currently transitioning my wardrobe. I don't know if you guys are doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Going from the winter look to the sort of springy summer look.
Actually, true story today, I was like, should I put on some shorts?
Oh.
But then I didn't.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't go that far.
Oh.
I mean, I'll never go that far. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll wear shorts at home, but just not in public.
Wait, you remember you wore them for the Black Clash this year?
I do remember.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
And I got absolutely hammered online.
social media.
That's right.
Just humiliated. Having said that, I've been doing a bit of work on my legs at the gym, but I hate it, so not that much.
Hey, by the way, fellas, it's Maggot Monday.
Oh, it is too.
Oh, it is Maggot Monday.
Yeah,
Text us
yeah.
3483 if you've got a maggot that you want to report. Plenty coming up in the show, I tell you what. It's absolutely jam-packed. Yes, Keyzie.
Also, I was going to say, make sure you keep an ear out for a song with some fiddler mixed into it. If you hear it, if the 25 grand fiddler strikes and you call on 0800 Hauraki, you could win $1,000.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Couple of texts on 3483 there, Keyzie, for Maggot Monday.
Yeah, here's people shouting out their maggot mates. Shout out to Maggot Moritz. Big day on the tools, handling hardwood and receiving massive loads. Massive backbone. That's in Masterton from your mate Andrew. Luke here shouting out my mate Dan N for Maggot Monday. God, he's an effing maggot.
Yeah.
So that's the spirit of Maggot Monday, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's what it's all about right
Yeah,
there.
boy.
True. Now, listen, a bit of rugby union over the weekend. Let's chat about that, shall we?
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Rugby Union Chat with Hoyty J.
Now, it turns out, actually, that we all watched the replay, didn't we, fellas?
We did.
And people had messaged on our little chat there for the big show, and all of us were too scared to look at the messages because we thought the other person maybe had given away the score.
Yeah.
But your thoughts, Mogi, All Blacks v South Africa.
Well, I think South Africa are a bloody good side.
Yes.
I like watching them. I've seen a bit more stuff pop up on my Instagram about them, a bit of the chats behind the scenes, a bit of the coaching stuff as well. It's almost like they're human beings, which I've found interesting. I didn't know that before. That's the beauty of social media, Keyzie. You learn all sorts of things. So what I like about them is they're bloody good at the moment, easily the best team in the world. They made 7 changes. They still managed to beat us. They chose to play a completely different style of rugby where they weren't kicking penalties from everywhere. They weren't taking drop goals. They were keeping it in hand. They were kicking the corners. They're obviously developing something pretty amazing over there.
Yes.
And by the same token, we only lost by 6 points.
Yeah.
So I think we've got some bloody great players, and I'm looking forward to seeing us develop over the next few years. I don't care about... I don't want to lose the Bledisloe Cup, but I don't care about these Freedom Cups and Four Nations. It doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
I want to see us improve over the next few years and win the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's all I'm worried about.
Fair enough, mate. And I've got to say, I think it's fair to say that the South Africans have the wood on us at the moment. We push them really bloody hard in their home territory there. I think maybe if it was played in New Zealand, it might have maybe been 1-1, but we did push them. We're adapting. But the interesting thing is, everyone thought Razor was going to come in as coach, and it was going to be this new era of All Black rugby. He's lost 3 out of 4 rugby championship matches. He's under a bit of pressure for the first time in his life. But I'm not sounding the alarm at all. I feel pretty comfortable about where we are. If we lose the Bledisloe Cup, that's another thing altogether. Yes, Keyzie.
Just a quick observation, Ari, the way the backs and the subs worked. First of all, they left the front row. I'll say this first. They left the front row out there for a bloody long time. They looked really gassed at the end, which resulted in Zach Lomax giving away a yellow card. He's tired, split-second decision, makes the wrong one, takes someone out, yellow carded at the end. But also, they took Will Jordan off because he was at fullback. Bowden Barrett comes in, but Will Jordan is the kind of guy that can split open a game. I feel like at the end, when we haven't scored it, we didn't score a try. If you need someone to score a try, you've got to have Will Jordan out there.
I thought it was weird as well because I thought both of our wingers were pretty average.
Yeah, they weren't very good.
I said that on Friday. I don't like the wingers that they've chosen. I'm not a big fan of Severis, and I'm not a big fan of
Mark Talia.
Even though he can break a tackle. But having said that, Clark was injured, so he couldn't, even though he's in great form, he couldn't play. But listen, I think the reason they kept the forwards on for so long in that game is we were really exposed in that first test match with our bench coming off the bench. We got done there. So they were trying to keep the experience out there for as long as possible.
But that's insane. They had a bench and they didn't bring them on at all. That is, I've never seen that. That is insane.
Yes.
Why even bother?
Having said that, player of the match, Cody Taylor.
Oh,
he
is in sublime form, no question.
Yeah, he was definitely bloody good. But Hoity J, I understand.
Yes.
You've got like a hilarious discussion topic for us.
A hilarious discussion. I was thinking about, yellow cards are just given out all the time now, and I'm thinking maybe the punishment should be more severe than sitting on a little chair there on the sideline.
Yeah.
For example, they should have to wear a dunce's hat or something like that, or put on some sort of humiliating outfit.
Well, why don't we get people to text in their suggestions, and we'll get into that next. What should people in the sin bin have to do to make it more embarrassing so they don't do it again? You know?
That right there is great radio.
It is. 3483. Let us know your opinions and you can win a $50 9-day voucher.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
We were discussing the rugby over the weekend, and one of the things that's really blighting the game, Mogi, in my opinion, and Keyzie, is the amount of sin binnings that are going on.
Would you say it's bugging you?
Yes, bugging me.
It's been bugging me.
And at one point during the South Africa-New Zealand match, I think we had one in the bin, they had one in the bin. They were like two little naughty schoolboys sitting on the seats on the sideline there. And I thought, you know what, this isn't enough, the sin binning. They've got to be humiliated a bit more. We've got to discourage them from, performing fouls on the field so that sin binning is eliminated. And I'm thinking, for a start, I thought maybe something like a dunce's hat that they had to wear or some stupid outfit.
Sure.
Then I was thinking about maybe caging them for the full 10 minutes, and the audience or the crowd just pelts them with rotten fruit and food.
Yes, I think that's valid. Those are valid.
Yeah. There's a lot of suggestions on 3483 as well, and as a result, they are now all in the draw for a night and day voucher.
You're joking.
Make them do lines on a blackboard.
Oh, yeah, like
detention.
Bart Simpson.
Like detention.
Yeah, nice.
I will not kick such and such in the head.
In the face.
Yeah, that's good.
Turn the chair around so they have to face the crowd. Even that, a little thing like that. They're not allowed to watch the game, back to the game, but you get to see the crowd. Make them listen to 10 minutes of the Hauraki Big Show podcast.
I don't see why they should be rewarded.
Yeah,
for bad behaviour.
Yeah, because that'll just make it fly by.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Actually, same with this one. I think when a player gets a yellow card, they should have to sit down and watch Keyzie's comedy highlights. Once again, you don't want to encourage them to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
War.
I think the punishment can oftentimes outweigh the crime.
Yes, indeed. That's a bit too harsh.
What about if they have to dress up like a daffodil and jump off the Auckland Harbour Bridge?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or what if they go to do that and then chicken out and then force someone else to do it?
That's not what happened, Keyzie.
What about this? For every red card, you have to play a game for the Wallabies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
They could use
I'm thinking, do we go even more extreme? They start losing limbs.
Yeah,
maybe not the hand,
Just
but
a finger.
fingers.
Or a toe.
Maybe a couple of fingers.
Well, certainly a haircut. You start with a buzz cut. Shave your eyebrows off if for repeat offenders.
What
You're
about
downstairs? What about, because they're sitting on those chairs already?
Yes.
What about a lap dance?
Maybe. Or if they get one or they do one.
Well, hang
they
on,
get one
That's sort of
from someone that they don't like.
oh,
Like one of the touch judges.
right, okay.
What about if they're like the scenario if one from New Zealand, one from South Africa, one of the other dudes has to give the other dude a lap dance?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. What about losing a testicle?
Chopping a testicle
Yeah,
off.
yeah. Or just putting one of those rubber rings on it for the rest of the match.
Oh, yeah.
So it just sort of loses all circulation and
this
then it
is
falls off.
for a yellow card.
Yeah, for a sin binning.
Right,
Yeah.
so like you do a professional foul, you go for an intercept, but then they think you've actually gone for an intentional knockdown.
Yeah.
And then they put a ring on one of your testicles, and it will fall off eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you think twice.
You definitely would.
Yeah, think
and a
twice.
red card, both ballers have a ring on them.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, good.
We've got to do something to crack down on this, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. What about bad refereeing? What do we do about that? Celebrate it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know what they genuinely could do is what they do in the NRL. If you are put in the sin bin, you aren't even allowed on the field. You have to go to the changing room. And no one's allowed to be in there with you. You have to be just sitting there by yourself.
Yeah.
I like
One of those rings on your balls?
Yeah, Jace, with one of those rings on your balls.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Fellas, I had a bit of... this was directly after the show on Friday night, actually. I was dropping my wife off at the airport.
No, mate.
And it's actually mine, Jace. And she was saying, because before she finishes work, she then goes to the gym just here, which I believe, Mogi, is your gym too.
Oh, I own it, yeah.
You own it there, and you've had a number of run-ins in the changing room, haven't you?
Run-ins. I've certainly had some experiences.
Yeah, just
Had another one today, actually.
And on the main floor, actually, too, with the ladies.
So this particular one that my wife brought to my attention was
My wife.
in the changing room. So she had her workout, and she's like, some of the people in the changing room are so weird, man. And I was like, oh, really? Why? What happened? She's like, so I'm in the changing room. I've done my workout. And she's like, and then this gorgeous young blonde chick walks in. She's probably, I don't know, like her age, late 20s, 30.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And then she just got completely naked and just started walking around the changing room.
It's disgusting.
And it was that's what I said. And it was just her and I found it quite awkward. And I was like, I said she was good looking. Well, she's like, she's so gorgeous. And then there's like a line of about 6 shower cubicles, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she was saying, instead of using one of the shower cubicles...
Are they not just open?
She went and used an open shower.
Yeah.
Because there's both. There's private ones and there's open ones. She said she went and used an open shower, which was on a specific angle so that I could see her from where I was.
What were you doing in there?
I wasn't there. My wife was there. Jace. And so she intentionally was sitting exactly where my wife would be and, able to see her.
Drink it in.
Sure.
And purposely used the open shower.
Yeah.
And was like looking at her a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, so what did you do? So she said, oh, I got a bit awkward.
What did she do?
And went and used one of the cubicle showers. That's what I said. Yeah.
Good.
And I was like, you realise what you've done here, right? And she's like, no. And I was like, she was like, I reckon she was signalling you that, and like maybe seeing whether or not you might be keen for a bit of, a bit of fun activities there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you guys reckon?
Menage a deux.
Well, that's what I said.
Menage a deux.
And I
Not
said,
toi.
Not toi.
Deux.
not yet.
Deux.
This is what I said to her. I was like, do you realise what you just did? And she's like, no. I was like, so you had an attractive young female who was keen on you.
I don't know if you need to keep leaning on the young.
Yeah.
And you could have, we could have set up a situation here that could have been really good for our relationship.
Sorry, we could have set up a situation here?
Well, she could have. She's like, oh, do you reckon she was like keen? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Not for me. But, it was a great opportunity. And honestly, we discussed it and she was gutted to hear that she had blown this massive opportunity.
Yeah. Well, the thing about menage a trois, Jace, they're a dime a dozen, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you miss out that one. Another 3 come along tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Because I just never, Nah.
I was just slightly taken aback by you saying we missed out on an opportunity there, and I'm thinking to myself, is that something that you guys are sort of interested in getting involved in, or?
Well, certainly my wife isn't. No. But we had a genuine discussion. I was like, I was like, do you realize? And she was sort of, it was so funny. I was like, you realise what you've done here? You've completely blown an opportunity.
The great thing is, Keyzie, you've planted a seed. You know what I mean? The seed's been planted. You know what I mean? the thought seed, Jace, the thought seed.
Yes.
And totally unrelated news. You guys want to come over for dinner on Friday night, man?
Just you or
Just who?
you'll be there?
I'll be there, all right. Bring your appetite, brother.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
You're welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope you're getting through your Monday tickety-boo. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. Better.
Well, we were quick because your voice breaks.
Yeah. It's like I don't know if you've seen the videos of Frankie Valli going around at the moment. He's in his 90s and beautiful voice he had back in the day, Hoodie J, not unlike yours.
Sure.
And it's just gone to God. It's
gone to the pack.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm not smoking as many durries at the moment. Probably.
Well,
I probably
sort
need
it
to,
out, man.
Yeah, I need to do my, lift it up a bit. Hey, now listen, if you are having a really bad Monday, this is what we're here for. Text us 3483. Tell us what's going on for you and we'll pull you out of it.
Really?
Yeah, man, totally.
Actually, and I would like to say this, if you've got any regrets from your weekend, if you did anything really stupid,
sure,
and you woke up and you just hated yourself, you had anxiety, the best way to let that go is to share it with the nation.
Absolutely, man. And can I, a little secret that I want to share with the public out there is every time I come into the office on a Monday, I walk up to old Keyzie there.
Oh, do you?
And I give him a little cuddle and I say, it'll be all right, buddy.
Yeah.
It'll be all right, Keyzie?
And it won't.
Yeah, man.
It won't be, but I think it just reassures him and he has a little bit of a nuzzle on the old Hoodie J Buzzy. And
totally,
and then he's tickety-boo, aren't you, Keyzie?
Yeah, I'm tickety-boo.
Yep.
Thanks for doing that, Jason.
So if you have had a shocker over the weekend, let us know, 3483, or jump on the old talkback through your iHeartRadio app, hit the little microphone and just let it all out.
Yeah, and I tell you
let
what,
it all out, man.
Nothing fixes anxiety or feeling terrible about what you've done like a $50 night and day voucher.
Yeah, and
That's
judgment by hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Sure.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Soundgarden there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon, 13 minutes past 5 o'clock, but we have breaking news.
This is breaking news.
The rock band Oasis.
Yes.
The founding members, Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher, are brothers.
Is that?
But we already knew that.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, that's not that.
That's not the breaking news part of it, because everybody knows that. But they are due to announce a couple of shows in Auckland next year, throwing into chaos my plans to go to Wembley.
Yes.
It's quite expensive trip.
Have you already locked that in? I thought you had.
I've locked that in. I've got the ticket.
Yes.
I've got the ticket. And but then I thought, it's quite Eden Park's quite close.
It is quite close.
Something to think about there, Keyzie. What do you reckon I should do, man?
I think you should go to Wembley.
Yeah, man.
But there's a lot of admin between now and then.
It's a long way away, isn't it?
For you to be there watching it, it's a lot of admin when it could potentially be minimal admin.
Could be a little Uber up the road here.
When is that in Wembley? When's that gig?
August 3rd.
Oh, okay. She's a while away.
It'll probably never happen. God knows what will happen between now and then.
Yes. I was on Twitter. Oh, no, what's it called now? X. The other day. I see the front, Keyzie. And
It's a 40-year-old dude.
yeah, that's okay, man. It's okay.
Carry on your story about
anyway,
X. You and your ex.
Nevertheless.
And it was old Noel on
Old Noel, yeah.
and he was banging on about something. But it was quite funny reading the comments afterwards about how his spelling is so terrible. And could you maybe make the prices a bit more affordable, you SOB?
Yeah.
And he was just giving it back.
Yeah.
He's obviously one of those guys that sort of doesn't sit on the sidelines and just take it.
No.
He's just like hoeing into it.
Why would he put, I know they went on record a long time ago about saying how it shouldn't cost you $1 million to go see your favourite artist or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But their reunion has been one of the biggest things in music in the last decade. Do people seriously expect it to be super cheap?
I think the problem that they had was with Ticketmaster.
Right.
And Ticketmaster have this thing called dynamic ticketing.
Oh.
So when there's a huge demand, they push the prices up.
Yeah, right,
So
okay.
they say that the prices were meant to be £150 or something like that, which is reasonable.
Maybe for the first few, yeah.
And then they cranked up to double and more than double that, which is complete bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You shouldn't be able to do that. But at the same time, it's got nothing to do with Oasis.
Yeah.
They sell the concerts, and then it's up to the promoters and management to sort out the ticketing and the pricing. In other news, apparently, according to Liam Gallagher, they have already completed recording of their next album.
Wow.
So they've obviously, made up a little bit earlier than maybe everyone anticipated.
That's what it sounds like. Either that or Liam's lying, which is equally as possible.
Sure.
And in other news, Liam Gallagher has also said his brother Noel is not a potato anymore.
That was funny. Well, didn't he say, do you still think he's a potato? And then he said something like, no, I won't have a bad word said about the lovely bloke.
I will not have a bad word said about that gorgeous, talented young man.
Oh, it's so good.
I might go to the Eden Park one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even though,
it's a long way, though, from your house.
I could give it, take them, to be honest.
Do you think you'll go to that gig?
Why are you looking at me like that, Keyzie?
Because what's involved with you getting tickets? There's no way you're going to that gig. You'd have to jump on, buy them straight away online, and you are not going to do that.
Well, I got a bit of a surprise for you, Keyzie.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Check that out.
They haven't even gone on sale yet, Jason. It's not going to work,
That's
right?
what happens when you're a top radio DJ,
right.
mate. They send them to you.
Do they?
Because they want the A-list there.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Now, Keyzie's been keen to learn the arts of the acting world, and so we've decided to do a bit of improvisation throughout the show to just help him in that regard. Yes, Keyzie?
Well, yeah, except for this isn't proper improv.
This is a scenario.
It's a scenario, but this is designed to help people who might be single out there and are too afraid to go up to people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
can be scary out there.
Yeah, it is scary. And Dilly, who's filling in for Pugs, he's the same. He's single, and it's kind
I've
of
seen
hard.
him out and about. He's always making a fool of himself.
He's a shocker.
Yeah.
And so this is designed to help people who might be plucking up the courage to go and talk to the opposite sex.
Yes, or the same sex.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you're into.
Thanks.
So what's today's location? I believe we've done like a bar, classic bar.
Yes, the bar.
I
We've
think
done
we
the
did
supermarket.
last week.
Yeah.
Today's the gym, Keyzie.
Okay, we're at the gym.
Now, can I just say that I protested this one because I think people should be able to work out without having people hit on them, but I was overruled by Keyzie, who insists that's the way to go.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's exactly what happened. All right, so we're at a gym. Hang on. We've got some gym sound effects. Who's...
You're the picker-upper.
Okay, of the person I've spotted someone I fancy. Who's the person I fancy?
Me.
That's you?
That makes sense.
And I fancy females, Jay, so you'll be a female.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, now, hang on a minute. What machine is she on? What's she doing?
Bench press.
Bench press?
I don't know. Maybe, how about on a tricycle? On a bike.
A tricycle?
A bike.
Well,
She's on a bike. She's on a bike.
Tricycle.
She's just pedaling away. All right?
I thought you went to the gym every night, Chase. Okay, so...
Every morning, actually.
Okay, and I've sort of trapezed over. Okay, so she's on an exercycle.
Yeah, exercycle. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Hey, g'day there. Is anyone using this exercycle next to you?
Well, obviously not.
Wow, she's got a deep voice.
Yeah, cool. Just double checking. I might just do a quick workout, by the way.
Well, that's why people come to the gym, yeah, for sure.
How long you been going for? You've been cycling for a while?
Pardon?
You're going pretty fast. So just wondering, how long are you cycling for there? Are you going for a 10K? What's the end game here?
Well, just get in the best shape that I can, basically.
No.
This is a stupid question.
Sorry to interrupt here, guys. Are you guys together?
Oh, no.
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 No, I didn't think so. Geez, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, you into fitness?
Yeah, you clearly are too.
You been to fitting this banana in your mouth? I've got the spare banana. Here you go. It's good for energy.
Oh, is that funny, is it? Hey, are you a personal trainer?
Sorry,
or something,
mate.
man?
I'm just... Just trying to do some exercise over here.
Geez, you look in great shape, can I say that?
Oh, I don't think he looks that great. I mean, I'm...
How long have you been working up? I don't know. I haven't really seen you around
It's in my natural build, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's genetics. It's genetics, you know. So let's imagine, for example, you and me. We have kids.
Yeah?
Can you imagine mixing our genetics together, the DNA, what kind of kids we'd end up with?
You bet I can.
And how much fun we'd have doing it?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, look at this freak over here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Imagine mixing DNA with that guy.
It's not going to happen, I can tell you that much.
Well, to be honest, with my genetics, I think male pattern baldness doesn't run in the family. So that's a good thing.
That's a plus.
Well,
I mean, they might get asthma, but that's all good.
Also, I wouldn't be into a kid with a massive snoz either, so...
Right, well, just because, and you are lovely, but you are rocking one hell of a honker yourself.
Yeah, whatever, buddy.
No, so what, you got to be a little...
Jeez, this is turn. I'm sorry about this guy over here.
Well,
that's fine.
You want me to go and get the manager?
If you could, yeah, that'd be great.
No worries at all.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I'll see you in the sauna, mate.
I don't want to have a sauna.
Can you,
Who, me?
just maybe go into another machine, you pervert?
Yeah, I'm going to go use the frickin' tricycle out the back, all right? Jeez. Scene. How did that go? How do we feel that way? Did that help anyone out there, you reckon?
I reckon it did.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the lesson there is there's a natural attraction to people or there's not.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I was massively attracted to you.
To my character, yeah, exactly. It was just
and your
something-
character, but just Keyzie creeped me out.
But why did your voice change when Mike came over?
They do have different voices, though, don't people? Do they adopt different sort of voices?
Absolutely, and also, if you're flushed, there's a chemical flush that goes on sometimes when you're aroused, and it does change the tenor of your voice.
I haven't noticed that before.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Now, we covered off the All Blacks v South Africa match at the top of the show, but there's a bit more sporting happenings going on, isn't there, fellas? We'll get into that now.
There's a sports chat.
Oh, yeah.
Sport chat.
Oh, yeah.
Sport.
Chat. Sport. Chat. So good. What do you guys want to start with?
Why don't we start with the Wallabies versus Argentina? What a game,
Jeez.
Gee whiz, man. Australia looking bloody good. They played over there in Santa Fe, actually. How about that? And they were up 20-3 after half an hour in 2017 at half time. They beat Argentina last week, and before you know it, they have gotten pumped 67-27.
So,
and the biggest loss in Australian history, the most points against, and I think the biggest deficit as well. So, Struth, not easy out there for Joe Schmidt's Wallabies.
No.
can I? So
And he was spewing, by
Oh,
the way.
it's filthy, babes.
like literally spewing,
Well, very close to it.
like gagging or whatever.
Yeah,
and
he
almost
was
throwing up
spitting.
with it.
Spitting
Dry
tags.
rags, yeah.
He was spitting tacks, Keyzie.
What, like thumbtacks?
Yeah, man.
Like literally.
Yes.
So you're telling me Australia was up 20 points to 3,
Correct.
That's right.
and then they lost 67-27.
No, they lost 64. Well, that final score was, and then for the run that they went on from that point was 64-7.
That is just...
Yeah.
I watched that match. Australia played really well for that first 30, and then, and I was saying to you before, Mogi, I find the Argentinians very similar to the French, and once they get on a roll, because they're big boys, they've got a bit of flair, and they absolutely blew Australia off
Just
the field.
quickly.
It was quite phenomenal.
There was just a racism alert. Just saying that the Argentinians are very similar to the French. Just going to put it out there just in
Well,
case.
no, just in the way they get on a roll and they just become,
Yeah.
the little pop passes, everything sticks. And it was a purple patch of about 20 minutes where they were scoring every second minute. It was just ridiculous.
Right.
And the Australians were like, we're done. I don't want to even play this stupid game anymore.
Stupid game.
And the thing is, if that's the biggest loss in Aussie's history, right, you go, oh, wow, the All Blacks must have really towed them up, or the Springboks must have given them a massive hiding. And it's like, oh, no, it was Argentina, who are massively improved, but still, that is just... Yeah.
It makes for a really interesting match between Australia and New Zealand now because both teams are massively under pressure.
Yes.
Massively under pressure. So the bladder's low on the line. That's all we've got to look forward to. I'm not entirely sure when they're going to be or where they're going to be played. Is it in Australia?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me, Keyzie.
So the 21st of September, which is 2 weeks away, Saturday, 5:45 our time.
Yeah.
Australia are taking on New Zealand, and then the following week,
Whereabouts?
that first game
Was
is
in
at Stadium
Australia.
Australia, and the second game, I believe, at 7:05 p.m. It must be here in New Zealand. It's in Wellington.
Okay.
So Stadium Australia, then at the
Yeah.
Cape Tin.
So they split those games up.
Oh, well, we've got a great record down in Wellington, so feeling good about that.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Actually, good point.
Should we finish off a bit of a roundup with the Paralympics with our final
Ooh,
medal
yes,
tally?
please.
Sure.
Okay.
The Big Show Medal Tally Update.
Good news, fellas. We won one final medal overnight. This was from Peter Cowan, who is a canoeist. Pretty scucks-looking dude as well, to be honest. He's got a sick mullet in him. He looks a bit like Pakistan with the mullet and the mo. So he got a bronze. That brings us to 4 bronze, 4 silver, and 1 gold for the Paralympics. They were hoping for about 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Yeah, that's what they were aiming for. And a few sort of ones that could have gone either way with things happening away from, forgetting prosthetic limbs and all sorts of things like that, playing a bit of a factor in it. But still, 9. Decent effort as far as I'm concerned.
It's not what
Good
you were
on you,
saying
mate.
off air.
What
You
was
were
I
saying
saying
it was
off air?
disgraceful.
Did I? I
Keyzie,
don't
yeah.
remember saying that, Joe.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That was Mogi just scratching the stubble. Now Keyzie scratching the stubble. I would, except I shaved today, so
Yeah,
I'm
boy.
smooth as a baby's ass.
Get it, man. Hey, I had one today, fellas, where my computer buggered out, which I always enjoy. And so I dropped it off to the old computer person. A man in this case, but sex isn't relevant. And then he was going to do a little bit of a diagnostic test on it, and then give me a call later. And of course, when he called me, I was at the gym. He called me there, and I didn't know that it was him though, because I don't have his phone number loaded into my phone. But the phone rang, and I was between sets, so I answered the phone. And the first thing he said to me, he goes, "G'day," and I said, "G'day," and he goes, "It's blah blah here from." The computer shop. His name was Blah Blah, which I hadn't heard before.
Yeah,
And
I
the
never heard that
And the
before
store
either.
was called the Computer Shop.
Computer
Yeah.
shop.
Wow.
Yeah. And he goes, "Have you got a minute to talk?" And there's something about that question that infuriates me.
Did it bug you?
No, it didn't bug me at all. No.
It's been bugging me.
That probably bugs me more than anything. That
Oh,
sting.
does it?
It's been bugging me.
And I don't know what it is about that, but if I didn't have time to talk, you would know because I wouldn't have answered the phone.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of person would answer the phone? And then the guy goes, "Hey, have you got a minute to talk?" I go, "Nah, nope, no time to talk."
And you were fuming.
I do. It does annoy me. It does annoy me.
You don't think that's an overreaction?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't saying to him, "Hey, listen here, you dickhead. I don't want to talk to you."
Listen here, blah, blah.
And also, you're capable of multitasking while you're talking as well. You might
It's
be
a
doing
very
other
minor
things.
thing,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
not-
realise that, and I should just go, because it's not difficult for me to say when Blah Blah or anybody else says to me, "Have you got a minute to talk?" I can just say yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
and just get on with it. But it is.
It
Is
irks
it
you.
because it is a stupid question? Is it a stupid question? I don't want to take that personally out on Blah Blah, who works
Yeah.
at the computer
Well, I
store.
mean, I imagine.
Computer shop.
I
Sorry, the computer shop.
even if I'm making love, I can still talk on the phone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it
But I-
depends what workout you were doing. Like, were you on the tricycle or were you lifting weights?
Tricycle.
That's a joke from earlier in the show, by the way. Listen to the podcast.
Mind you, I do know some people that answer the phone and say, "No, I can't talk right now."
Do you?
Yes.
Who are they?
I mean, I don't think it's uncommon for people to go answer the phone and go, "Look, I'm busy right now, but I'll call you back."
Right.
So I don't think it's that unreasonable a question.
Yeah. I think you're an idiot if you answer the phone and tell people you can't talk. If you can't talk, don't answer the phone.
Right.
Can you go on
You
a-
see
hey,
what
they-
I'm saying? It's like you're
Well,
too
they
bu-
might say,
you're
"I'm gonna
too
ring you
busy."
back.
But I think what it is there'll be people that are dying to know who it is. Oh, what's this about? And so they've got to answer the phone. They've got to know. And then they're like, oh, is it this guy? Nah, I haven't got time.
Yeah,
but
right.
there'll be some people, they're like, oh, yeah, no, I've got time to talk to you.
Yeah,
But some people they haven't got time to. Maybe
Sure.
that's it.
Maybe.
And maybe because blah, blah works at the computer shop, maybe people don't want to talk to him.
He's probably a really lonely guy if he's working on computers all the time. You know what they're like. They're stuck in their room gaming all the time, having a little glass of port. What's this one?
You're generalising people that work on computers, Jace. And I drink port, not blah, blah from the computer shop.
Yeah, that was my point.
Coming up after 6, by the way, What's for Teen New Zealand with me, Keyzie.
Yum,
Oh, yum.
Yeah, yum. Yum. Yeah, Jace, that's what we say after that. So text in what you're having for dinner.
What are you having?
3483, and you could win a $50 night and day
Keyzie.
voucher. What?
What are you having?
What are you having, Keyzie?
Yeah, I'll tell you after 6, all right? But hold on, because it's really good. You're going to want to hear this.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
You're welcome back, you massive backbones. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. I don't even know what's going on. I'm going to stop doing that now.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
we have to. We're obligated to because Night and Day are our
Well,
sponsors.
this is the problem, Keyzie. We do that as a special treat to Night and Day and to our listeners. And not unlike when Jace wasn't taking the Throbber seriously, you've stopped taking it seriously when we do this. So I don't know if we're just going to ban you from it. We'll do a poll. We'll talk to the audience. We'll see what they reckon.
Guys,
and maybe you should just be cut out of it.
Guys,
I think so, man.
please don't.
And can
cut
I just
me
make
out
the
of this-
point?
this song.
I always take the Throbber deadly seriously.
Oh, I know. Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah. Hey, but on the podcast outro today,
Oh, wait.
I've just been told what the clip is, and it's just it's just another setup.
It is. By the way, the podcast outro comes out every night, 7:30, along with a highlights package of the show. Here's the theme of today's clip. I think it's Jace banging on about how great he is at something.
You know, it's
Drinking
just
coffee, but not offering any of your workers any.
I'm very good like that.
Yeah, but not offering.
And I make them very good coffees. But anyway, I was in a flooring place.
Overboil the milk, though.
Oh, can you make a note of that?
Overboil.
Jace patting himself on the back about how good his coffees
I
are.
make good coffees, man. I love my coffee.
We have to make a list of this.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's the longest list in the world.
Look,
I've never
I-
known someone to bag on about how good they are about everything.
I make good coffees. That's a fair point. I do make good coffees.
Oh,
You're
dear.
like, you are
Apart
like the,
from my wife, who
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
like my
she hates
coffees.
your coffee.
And I found that out
Yeah.
after like 15 years.
you're like the Donald Trump of the Big Show.
Actually, though. So what was because the first?
Yeah, because I'm deadly serious when I say all that stuff.
Yeah, but you do rate your coffee though, right?
Yes, I do.
What was the other thing he's really good at?
Most meals, most food.
Yeah, you make a really good chicken soup.
Yes, I do. Make a very good chicken soup. What else?
There was some other stuff too that I can't remember. We have to make a list of the stuff Jason's
Could
good
you?
at.
Because then I can have a look through it.
And then just go, oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Right now it's tea
Oh
chat.
yeah, hey guys, text here from Steve. What's for Teen New Zealand with me, Keyzie? That's right, it's a segment where you text in what you're having for dinner on 3483 and you can win yourself a $50 night and day voucher, and then Jason and Mike sort of bag whatever you're having. how it
Yeah,
works.
well,
Well, not
we give
always.
her an honest appraisal.
Yes, I think
Thank
that's fair,
you.
Maggie.
Jeez.
G'day.
What are you having, Keyzie?
Oh,
Because you were saying we've been talking about that for the last
We
15
have.
minutes, and you said wait for what's for tea.
Wait for it. Wait
Oh,
for it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
said. Wait for
you
it.
ready? Are you okay? Okay. I am having chicken burgers.
Oh, yum. That's good.
Yeah.
I like chicken burgers.
Same.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
can-
What do you have on a chicken burger?
This one is, I think it's bits of chicken breast, succulently cooked.
Succulent. Yeah.
They're
and
not crispy.
Succulent.
Succulent.
Are
No,
they
I don't think so.
succulent?
They're succulent. Really
Yep.
succulent. And mayo
Yeah.
and a top bun.
What, just chicken and mayo? Is that it?
Oh, and then like, obviously salad and onion, caramelized onions and some other delicious stuff.
Sure.
That my wife's going to make.
Good.
No, I have.
What are you guys?
Avocado?
No. What are you
Oh.
having for dinner?
Avocados are very reasonably priced at the moment, actually, just on that note.
We bought a big bag of them yesterday at
Yeah.
Pack and Save.
You're
I'm having karaage chicken, crispy karaage chicken in a wrap with guacamole and salad.
Sorry, I just had to play the racism alarm there. Karaage.
Karaage.
Yeah,
Crispy
yeah.
karaage chicken in a wrap with salad and guacamole.
And you're having some guacamole.
Guacamole, yeah.
And that's from Mexico, of course.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
CC.
Ah, Jace.
Cultural appropriation. We frown on that.
We do.
We do frown on that.
I don't want my cooking segment to become Jace does as many racial slurs as he can.
All right.
Sorry, fellas.
What are you having, Mike?
Never know, man.
Still?
I never know.
Desiccated,
no, I
boiled
never know.
dried
I've
chicken?
eaten everything. I'd sort of
Oh,
eaten
right.
a lot, and then I had some sushi, didn't I? I've probably got about 120 grams worth of cashews with my name on it when I get home, so that'll be good, brother.
Nuts.
How good.
Good stuff,
How
mate.
good.
All right,
Do you know
get
how
to
many
the text.
calories are in that, man? How many calories would you say are in 120 grams?
Quite a lot with aren't the old cashews quite high in calories?
Very high. 120 grams is 700 calories.
Far out.
So if you had about 10 cashews, that's about 70 calories.
Wow.
It's a hell of a lot. You think you're having a healthy snack. Heads up, you're not.
That's good for you to know, Jace, because you love nuts.
Interestingly, when I did that back in the day, counting calories and all that sort of stuff, that's what made me stop was the amount of coffees that I had. I was getting like 7,000 calories in coffee.
There's 1 calorie in a coffee.
Not the way he has it.
Yeah,
One
that's what
calorie?
Yeah.
'Cause
There is literally 1 calorie in a coffee. But if you're having 7,000 coffees a day, then yeah.
And he
That's
has
a
them all
lot.
affogato as well.
milk and
Milk,
sugar.
yeah.
And,
Oh, if you're having 2 sugars, and yeah.
4.
Black coffee is 1 calorie, apparently. Can you believe
Seriously?
it? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
G'day, you backbones. Doug here.
Howlett.
Bracewell.
It's actually the same Doug as last week. So
Oh,
yes,
really?
Doug Howlett. He's in the far, far north having a roast chook stuffed with some roast taties, kumara, pumpkin.
See, all that sounds good. Because of the way the roast was done, I don't mind the kurma and the pumpkin so much. It's going to stay on my plate. I'm not going to eat it.
Oh, really?
But the meal as a whole sounds good. Yeah, I'll see the pumpkin. My stomach will turn.
I'd
No.
like some greens in there, Mogi.
I would too. I'd like to see some beans in there, some fresh garden beans. Just trim the ends.
Yes.
A little bit of gravy. I'm thinking brown onion, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll just send it over the top.
I like broccoli. That's just what I like. I mean, you don't have to. G'day, fellas. Trev here.
Oh my
Mallard.
God!
No, it's not a duck, Jace. It's a person.
Trevor Mallard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trevor Mallard.
Yeah. The Labour MP.
I'm in Dairy Flats tonight, fellas.
Oh.
I'm having potatoes, nothing else, just potatoes au gratin with heaps of effing cream, butter, and Parmesan cheese, golden
Don't mind
brown.
a gratin.
Oh, gratin. Are you kidding me? Gratin, magnificent.
Yeah, I love a gratin.
I would
You
like-
could do that with your roast chook, for example. A gratin.
Yeah, I would again. I'd like to see. To me, it's not a main. It's not the only thing on your plate. You see what I'm saying?
Funnily enough, Mogi, my wife and I bought a gratin.
Oh, well, that is funny.
And it was very
Delicious.
fancy one, and that was our main.
Yes. Nothing else though.
Oh, a side salad.
Thank you.
We'll finish with this one. G'day, fellas. My boyfriend and I are having okonomiyaki, Japanese pancakes for dinner with cabbage. He didn't cook once last week, so he's cooking tonight as my back hurts from carrying this relationship. Cheers.
Sorry, Keyzie. What's her name or his name?
Oh, Stella.
Oh, Stella.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
I've been watching some more Bad Monkey, man. Bad Monkey.
Okay.
On Apple TV, starring Vince Vaughn, based on a novel that I read. And I've already I read the novel because I was working with a dude, and he said he was going to make it. Peter Berg. And he directed Friday Night Lights and Battleship. Have you seen Battleship? It's got Rihanna.
I know
in
the
it.
trailer for
I
it.
used to quite like Friday Night Lights. Good
Great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny dude. Anyway, he said he was going to make it, so I read the book and I was like, That was about 7 years ago. And now somebody's made it, but it's not him. And it's bloody good. Vince Vaughn is very good. It's a mystery. It's in Miami, so it's a good location. Easy acting, well acted, well written. It's not the best show that you'll ever see in your life.
Sure.
But we are going to watch every single episode of it, and we are laughing and highly entertained. Vince Vaughn is very, very good.
Excellent.
Recommend.
I stumbled upon an absolute doozy last night on Disney. And it was in the coming soon section. And I went, oh, okay. And it's called The Old Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I accidentally clicked on it because I didn't see the coming soon. And the series was available. So I started watching it. Starring the ever-brilliant Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow. It is superb. When it started, I thought it was a show, because Jeff Bridges is the main character. I thought it was a show about basically a guy, an old man losing his mind with lots of health issues, and he thinks he's got dementia and all this sort of stuff. He goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, no, you don't have dementia. And then he starts laying traps around his house, and you're going, oh, okay, he's really losing his marbles. Right. And then one night he's got these two sort of Rottweiler dogs who are his best mates and are awesome characters in themselves. And he's lying in bed, and he's woken up by one of his cans rattling. And he runs downstairs, and there's a guy lying on the floor with his dog standing over him. And he goes over to the guy, and he goes, what are you doing? And the guy goes, I got a bit lost. And then Jeff Bridges' character pulls out a gun and goes, douche, and just fills him full of bullets. And I'm
Spoiler alert.
What the hell was that? So it turns out he's got a massive backstory. He's been on the run. He's hidden himself away.
Is this a spoiler? It feels like a spoiler.
No, it's a whole series. So
sure.
And he's got this huge backstory. John Lithgow's character used to be mates with him, and he works for the FBI, but he's kind of retired. And he gets an alarm saying this guy's popped up on the radar again. He says to himself, I thought that story was dead and buried 30 years ago, and thus the story unfolds.
Jeez.
At least with Jace's spoiler, it's a show that literally is so new. It's in the coming soon section, and he's already spoiled it.
And he's ruined it. And it's the best thing about it is it's not a terrible show. It's a
really
great
good one.
show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
But now it's been ruined.
So
don't bother.
I would give it. Well, if that's all the explanation you need and it's ruined, then that's your problem.
Is that one episode?
4.5 pussies.
Is that one episode?
2 episodes.
Out of how many? Like 6?
But lots of scenes where you go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, when you're not expecting it to happen.
Well, I'll be expecting somebody to be in a trap at the end of the first episode and get shot by Jeff Bridges.
And lots of twists and turns.
Well, there's not now because I know what they
Well,
are.
that was one little twist because
There's like 4.
I had to establish what the story is.
Right. I watched the second to last episode of Madam last night, TV3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why
You just rolled your eyes and you...
What?
Like, you're just over it.
I love it. Are you down on New Zealand TV shows?
I love New Zealand TV shows.
Because you haven't been cast in one in ages. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm doing one currently, Keyzie.
What is it?
Can't tell you, man. It's top secret.
Damn, man. Yeah, it's pretty good. You should check it out, TV3.
Sure.
Celebrity Treasure Island starts tonight, so from now on,
what happens in the whole episode?
So basically what happens is...
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Now, I'm very much looking forward to this weekend, Mogi. The Backbone boxing table. We want people to come along and hang out with old Mogi and myself when we go to the boxing on Saturday night, don't we, Mogi?
We sure do. Captain Ice to the front there, old Hoodie J there. And
I saw people smoking, so I always get drawn to that.
Yeah. Yeah, we bloody do, man. And I was, as you know, I went to that play on Saturday night.
Yes.
Well, I thought I was going to. It turns out it's this coming Saturday.
Oh.
Which is the same night as the boxing.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to do some adjusting around that. I was also had some other stuff I was meant to be going to. But anyway, the long and the short of it is I'm going to be there.
Yes.
You're going to be there.
Yes.
David Nyika's going to be there.
Yes.
Old Kryptonite
Tommy Carpenter.
Fisty Boys, he'll be there as well. I am looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
Wearing a little suit there. How hammered are you going to get responsibly?
I'm more interested in the food.
As am I, actually. Yeah.
What kind of food do you serve at a boxing match?
3 courses. It'll be like, do you want the
chicken or the beef?
The chicken or the beef option. Do you want the salmon or the chicken
Tofu.
entree? Do you
I'd
want some
probably
tofu?
go salmon there, Keyzie.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
man.
not taking your order right now. Obviously, I won't be there.
But
I'll be in Christchurch.
I'll have just like sparkling water.
Yeah,
'Cause
same.
I'm probably going to try and stay off the booze.
I'll probably have a Heine Zero if they've got them. You know what I mean?
It's empty calories, Joe. You're better than that, brother.
But no, seriously, I'm very much looking forward to it. Never been to a live boxing match in my life, so it's going to be great times. We're looking for a couple of backbones to come and sit at the table with us, aren't we, Keyzie?
I don't know.
Aren't we?
You're the one telling me about it, man.
Come on, admin man.
Don't call me admin man. That's right. We are looking for a couple of fellas to join. Well, fellasses.
Whoever
you might be.
Fellasses by all means.
To join Hoity J and Mogi on the backbone table at the boxing. It is the formal area. It is up close and personal. It is free food. It is free drinks responsibly. If you are keen to join them, text the word fight to 3483. We'll send you a link. We're going to be drawing that on Friday, so make sure you get stuck in. It's happening this Saturday, Viaduct Event Centre. If you want to watch it, it's on DAZN.com, spelt DAZN.com.
I'm actually secretly hoping that I get a bit of David Nika's sweat on me. You know, we're going to be that close, man.
Yeah,
He goes
so.
da-douche. So he gets da-douche, and the sweat just goes da-douche onto Hoity J and Mogi.
And then you guys go, da-douche. And then everyone around you is like, da-douche.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Monday done and dusted. Mogi, your plans for the night, mate?
Well, I'll
Have
go
a
home
tutu
and
on
probably
your
work
computer?
till about midnight. Yeah,
Right, okay, yeah. Because your computer's working now?
Well, we'll find out. Actually, another thing that the guy said when I picked it up. Now, one of the issues that I probably had with the computer is that I had about 9,000 tabs open, and that wouldn't have helped. And he said every night turn your computer off.
Yeah.
Right.
I never did it.
Shut it down.
Thanks, Keyzie. Yeah, shut it down.
That's what
Turn it off is another way of putting it.
Without being smart about it, I've been told that same thing. I've just remembered that. And I do that subconsciously now because I was told to do it.
Yeah.
And it works.
The battery swells.
I always shut down my computer.
You wouldn't
I
know
thought that
how
would-
to, would you?
I thought that's just standy practice.
Yeah, but the difference is you never turn it on.
That's true.
Like the one in front of you right now has never been switched on.
The only
that's
time
true.
I go on my computer at home is for invoices. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It should last you well, man.
Yeah, well, it should.
Other than invoicing and filth.
Oh, no filth on it either.
No.
No.
Just streaming it. You don't download it, you just stream it.
Oh, yeah. Keyzie,
What?
speaking of filth, what are you up
No,
to?
don't speaking of filth and then segue to me. Excuse me? Tonight, though, I will be having dinner with my wife. She'll be going to bed early because she got a bit of a headache.
Still
When
got
did
a
you-
headache.
Has she had one?
Yeah, for quite a while. It's been a few hours she's had it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Does it not go away, the headaches? They just stay for days?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think she's putting it on.
Just on that front, quite seriously, my wife always has a headache. And I don't mean that as some
Isn't
kind
that,
of...
isn't that funny? Even when my wife's got a headache, Jace's wife has to also
but not
have a
only
headache.
does she have a headache, she always
gets
has a
it,
headache.
But she always says to me, I got a bit of a headache. And
Yeah,
it's
but
not
that's
when
just
I'm
'cause you're
trying
trying it on.
No, I'm not trying it on. That's the point.
Yeah.
And
But
I'm
she
like,
gets
oh,
the
yeah.
sense that you're probably going eyes to the front, Jace. I can say that because I can see you're not eyes to the front.
Also,
Team.
after she goes to bed, I'll probably just watch some filth.
My wife.
Yeah. Yeah, man,
What,
totally.
do you want me to text you when she's gone to bed?
Yeah, 100%. So good.
That's a little bit kinky, but
Yeah, let's-
sweet as.
Listen, it's been a pleasure bringing you the show. Check out the Instagram account. Check out our podcast. Until Tuesday, see ya.
Bye.